Saturday morning. It's a little bit before 6 a.m. I haven't decided what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to go to Avalon. Got about 12.5 volts. And we're down 91.7 amp hours. All right, just about 7:30. Time to haul the anchor. Just getting towards the exit to Dana Point Harbor. It's pretty peaceful out. I don't see much wind. I see 4.5 knots apparent. I'm doing 4.4. There's no wind out here. We'll be motoring at least for the morning, maybe all the way to Avalon. Who knows? All right, 10:45 a.m. Just entering the northbound shipping lane. It's pretty clear. There's one ship in the southbound lane. He's gonna be just a little short of 2 miles CPA. If he's gonna come up super well, but he's not concerned. He's gonna pass in front of us. Other than that, it's pretty clear in the shipping lanes, not much going on. So my main concern now is whether or not I'm gonna get iced out of Avalon, whether I'm gonna be able to get a mooring. All right, we're in the buffer zone between the north and south coastwise shipping lanes. Just right in front of the ship, that's the Polaris Voyager, but right behind it you can see Catalina. 3 miles out from Avalon. Naturally, I've got 10 knots of wind coming at about 60 degrees, which would be perfect, but only a half hour really outside of Avalon at this point, so I'm not going to screw around with putting the main up. All right, about a mile out of Avalon. Now I've got winds coming up to 14, 15 knots off my beam. This kind of sucks because it's coming way, it's a lot more south. So the forecast was southwest winds, and it's a lot more south, which means if I can't get a mooring in Avalon, Descanso may really suck with this wind. So Descanso is just over to the right of the casino up here. It's a little bit more roadstead, so it's pretty rolly there, and the wind's blowing in there. It's going to make for a gnarly pickup for the mooring probably, and it's going to be super rolly and uncomfortable. FML. Now I'm seeing 17 knots as I'm coming into Avalon. Well, so much for that. Only thing available here is anchorage. They've got a wait list. Avalon's full, so there's no chance in hell of getting anything here. I'm gonna go ahead and get clear of all these boats. There's quite a few of them out here. It's pretty busy, and it's blowing. There's a little gust coming right now. You can probably see it on the water. About 10 seconds away. It says 11.6. And then let's see what we get as this wind hits us. 16 knots. Yeah, so I was seeing 16 gusting up to 18, which is not super cool. So I'm gonna boat around a little bit. Maybe I'll call White Cove, White Landing, and see if they've got anything over there. I don't want to anchor in this crap just because this anchorage, I don't think it's going to be super well protected with these winds coming out of the south. At least not, I don't think it's going to be super good around the White Cove. If it was more west, it may not be that bad, but maybe heading back. I'll see what the mooring situation is down there, and then if I'm headed back, I'm going to put up the sails and see what kind of trouble I can get into. Now the wind's shifted out of the northwest. Pretty big shift as I'm coming up on the island here. I was kind of surprised to see that. It's only about 3 miles or so. Check the exact distance from Avalon to White Cove. I'm a little over 2 miles out, so about over 20 minutes I'll be there. I'll wait another 15 minutes as I'm a few minutes out. Radio over there, see what kind of luck I get with mooring. I'm guessing not much based on the fact that Avalon is just completely smoked. So if I get something cool, if not, I guess I'll just head back home to San Pedro. But there's a little bit of a breeze out, so the silver lining may wind up getting some good sailing in. All right, that answers that. About 1:30. Okay, a couple of F-18s flying over. Well, shit, there's no moorings around anywhere. Nothing at Moonstone, Button Shell, White Cove, Hen Rock, Avalon, Descanso, Hamilton is all booked. I think the odds are going to be pretty low that I'd be able to get into the Isthmus or Two Harbors, so I'm going to go ahead and just plan to make lemons out of lemonade, or is it lemonade out of lemons, whatever. But we're gonna sail this bitch. I'm getting tired of motoring. I've been motoring all morning. Let's get the main up and let's do some sailing, and we're gonna head home. Fuck it. All right, let's do it. Christ, I can't win. It's a little better. It's about 20 to 25 degrees, so I could bear off a little bit. I'd be pinching it. Now the apparent wind is 12, which kind of sucks. So there's not that much wind. I'd have to bear off quite a bit. The wind just shifted like a mofo here. So I'm gonna motor sail for now, see what happens. If I get a little bit luckier, we'll put up the head sail and we'll do some real sailing. Otherwise, this is it. All right, there's fucking Avalon. There's fucking White Cove. Engine is shut off. We've got full canvas up, we're sailing. Tried the autopilot instead of a magnetic heading, a wind heading, which is the first time I've done that. Wind just died down, so we're kind of strapped in a little bit. So we may have to tweak a little here. I'm seeing, well, let's see, speed over ground, 4.3 knots. That's good enough. I'll take it. To check and see what's going on with the shipping lanes. I've got a little while before I'll get there, so it's going to be pretty much chill for now. And that's 1:45. I'll think about lunch, but this will be nice. Now listen to that damn engine for a little bit. Maybe we'll see a damn whale or some dolphins finally too. Yeah, well, that didn't last long. The autopilot's trying to steer a course to the wind, and what little tiny wind there is shifted big time, so we're so far off course right now. I think I'm probably gonna have to wrap up the head sails. I'll leave the main up and start motoring again. Bummer. I got a little bit of wind, but there's not much going on. And we're a good solid 45 degrees off of where we want to head right now, so we're not quite headed in the right direction either. This is one of these situations where I'm going into the shipping lanes and there's a ship in the shipping lanes. You can eyeball it and try and guess, and if you've got if you've got a lot of experience, you might be pretty good at knowing whether they're going to pass in front of another ship or whether you're going to need to cut behind them. So here's a visual on the Nat Geo Orion. That's a little over a mile, about 1.25 miles out. Our CPA is looking like it's going to be about 0.75 miles. All right, I think we'll go ahead and take the main down. All right, 5 o'clock, Angel's Gate. For the fun part, motor in and tie up single-handed. That might be the most adventurous part of this trip so far. That is a wrap. A little warm. So the tie-up was pretty uneventful. It took me a little bit longer to get the lines sorted than I thought it would, but they went really smoothly, super drama-free. So coming in solo is no big deal at all. Total mileage for today was around 60 nautical miles solo. just looking at the whole track that I did. Most of it was motoring, obviously. A few miles under sail until the wind kind of took a crap on me. Probably could have sailed in towards the last hour or so. I probably could have sailed and got a little bit more sailing in today, but I'm beat. I've got these cool fans on right now, cooling me off, and I'm drinking some nice cold water out of the fridge, and I'll cool off and chill out a little bit, and then work on wrapping the boat up, and then tomorrow come back down and do a deep clean on this thing and get ready for the next pretty epic adventure in about 3 days or so, and that'll be a big one.